Today we're looking at topic 10-1, simple events. Our goal is to be able to find the probability of a simple event. Before we can begin finding the probability of these events, we need to understand the vocabulary associated with the lesson. The first word that we need to learn about is probability. Probability is the likelihood of a certain outcome occurring. An outcome is any possible result of an action. For example, picking a red M&M out of a bag of M&Ms. Simple events are one outcome or a collection of outcomes. For example, flipping a coin has two possible outcomes, and flipping the coin is a simple event. If each outcome is equally likely and happens by chance, the outcome is considered random. How to calculate probability. This should be a review from 6th grade. But finding the probability of an event, in order to do that, you need to take the number of favorable outcomes and divide that by the number of possible outcomes. So favorable outcomes are basically whatever is in here, whatever's in parentheses. So the probability of rolling a 3 on a number cube would be the number of 3s on the number cube over all the numbers on a number cube. So the favorable outcomes, which basically would be what the event is, over the number of possible outcomes. So this notation here, the big P with the event in the parentheses, that means the probability of an event. Probability is expressed as a ratio. A probability of 0 is 0%. It means that there is no chance of that event occurring. Where a probability of 1 is 100%, and that means that the outcome is certain. That's certain to happen. Please be sure to remember your benchmarks for your fractions, decimals, and percents. 1/2 is 0.5 is 50%. A third is that 0.3 repeating, which is 33.3 repeating percent. A quarter is 0.25%. 25% or 0.25. 1/5 is 0.2 or 20%. 1/8, 0.125 or 12.5%. And 1/10 is 0.1 or 10%. So the first example, we have 15 marbles in a bottle. 5 are green, 4 are purple, 2 are blue, and 4 are red. What would be the probability of pulling out a red marble? Well, first we need to know the total number of outcomes. That's what goes on the bottom. And there are 15 marbles, so 15 goes on the bottom. And the red, it says that there are 4 red. So the probability of a red is 4/15. Okay, what about the probability of blue? Well, there are 2 blue in the bottle, and there are 15 total. So the probability of blue is 2/15. We can look at combined probability too. The probability of red, or blue. Okay, the probability of red or blue, we take the number of reds, which is 4, and the number of blues, which is 2, and we put that over 15. So that is 6 out of 15. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 reds, and 2 blues. So 6 out of the 15 will be red or blue. A complementary events. Complementary event is the probability of something not happening. So complementary means not happening. So the probability of an event not occurring is 1 less the probability of the event occurring, or 100% less the probability of an event occurring. So the probability of rolling a 1 on a number cube is 1 out of 6. So the probability of not getting a 1 is, if we do with the, you could do 1 minus 1/6 which is 5/6. Or if we were doing the probability of, if you had a spinner with 4 pieces to it and they were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, the probability of a 1, let me change my color here, would be 1 out of 4. The probability of not getting a 1 would be 3/4. So it's just the opposite. The complementary event is 1 minus the probability of the event actually occurring. That would be the probability of it not occurring, because it either happens or it doesn't. And so your 100% is every possible event, and the only possibilities are that it happens or it doesn't happen. So if we go back to our jar here, and we say, what is the probability of not getting a red marble? Okay, well, the probability of getting red, so it's 1 minus the probability of getting red. So 1 minus, and we said there were 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 15. Okay, and 1 minus 4/15. Turn the 1 into 15/15. That gives you 11/15. Okay. What about the probability of not blue or green? Okay, the probability of not blue or green is the probability is 1 minus the probability of blue or green. So we have 2 blue and 5 green, so that is 7/15. And we rewrite 1 with a denominator of 15 to make our math a little bit easier. And so 15 minus 7 is 8. So the probability of not getting a blue or green is 8/15. Okay, let's look at this other example. We will do number 1 and 2 together. So we have a set of 30 cards. They're numbered from 1 all the way to 30. Suppose you pick a card at random without looking. Find the probability of each event and write as a fraction in simplest form. So the probability of getting a 12, well, if they're numbered 1 to 30, there is only 1 12 in the entire deck, and there are 30 total cards. So the probability of getting a 12 is 1 out of 30. Okay, what about the probability of an odd number? Well, between 1 and 30, half of those numbers are odd. So we have 15 odd numbers out of 30. And that simplifies to 1/2. Okay, the probability of a 2 or a 3. Well, there are two favorable outcomes, a 2 or a 3, so that's 2 out of 30, which equals 1/15. Okay, so now it's time for you to try. Go ahead and take some time, work out number 4, 5, and 6. And when you're done, you can continue and check your work. So here is the key to the U-Try. Hopefully you did very well. Go ahead and write your summary. And rate yourself.